Have you been discussing at home with your parents, or what have you been discussing? Yeah.
Of him being anti-Semitic.
It took Adidas over a week to draw Kanye West.
Sorry, it's really sad because I see people agreeing with them.
At a Toronto Jewish center, 12-year-old girls preparing for their bat mitzvahs are also grappling with questions no child should.
It's not fair because we didn't do anything to you, so it's why do you have to take what you feel out on people who did nothing to you?
I don't understand why people do this. Like, what have we as a community done to anyone else?
It's really heartbreaking to hear girls so young have to talk about all of this, and they're all fully aware of what Kanye West has said.
Mom Nicole was there with her 2 daughters, struggling with how to help them understand this moment. Is this the first time you're having to have this conversation with your kids because of Kanye West?
Yeah, like I've never wanted to bring up, I'm gonna cry. It's just crazy that all these kids are so aware. I mean, at their age.
I could literally say anti-Semitic shit and they can't drop me.
Kanye West's hateful words, the hateful actions fueled by them, have consumed her for weeks. What do you think the impact of Kanye West's behavior will be?
Because of Kanye, it's opening the floodgates for people to come out and voice it and not keep it hidden.
What is it like as a mom to have to talk to your kids about this at all, and when they're so young?
The fact that my kids are 8 and 11 and have to experience this and talk about it and have fear in them is heartbreaking. Yeah, like I'm about to break down and cry. Like it's you know, it's for any race or culture. Like no one, Blacks, Asians, like Muslims, no one should feel like this, especially as a mother.
Nightly prayers at the same center, this building modeled after a Polish synagogue destroyed by the Nazis.
What was the sin of the flood?
Rabbi Ellie Carfunkel is the grandson of Holocaust survivors.
I pray that someone that's in Kanye's circle can go over to him and say, let's have a beer. Can we get out of this mess here? He made his whole life with his mouth to build, and now in one moment he's using his mouth to destroy. What a shame.
This is a high-profile example, but it comes in waves all the time, and you have to fight back against it all the time. I mean, that's a very heavy thing to have to just live with.
What scares me is that here you have, you know, thousands of Jewish kids, you know, going to school and loving Kanye West and wearing his clothing and following him, and then it's like, you know, can they trust people? Can they trust people? But I'm more nervous about just kids losing faith in people and humanity.
That faith has been tested through time. In 2021, hate crimes against Jewish Canadians jumped by 47%. They were the most targeted religious group.
I get calls a lot from parents that say, my kid is wearing a kippah. Can you tell him to put on a baseball hat? Can he just wear a baseball hat instead of a kippah? And I'm like, okay, so now I'm telling the kid that his own rabbi is telling him that he's got to hide his Judaism.
But those phone calls speak to a level of anxiety in the community.
I just said that, listen, I wear a baseball hat sometimes, myself, you know, so, and that's sad. That's really sad.
The front door to the center is always locked, a precaution at countless synagogues. Alon Lavi and Max Librak say being visibly Jewish can sometimes make them feel like a target.
When there's such a high-profile example of anti-Semitism, does it make you fearful? Do you change your behaviors? How do you react?
It's definitely hard to cope with in the sense that like you walk around dressed as a visibly a Jewish person. It is like you have to remember to stay confident and be confident in who you are.
Yes, I have to be extra more careful and not, you know, checking twice when I'm looking around to see if anybody's looking at me a certain way and making sure that I'm, you know, have my guard up. But on the other hand, I think when these kinds of things happen, it's an extra reminder to like that much more be who you are and not stop and just, you know, trying to love one another and letting the love overpower the hate.
That's Rabbi Carfunkel's message for his congregation and for Kanye.
I just wish he would just say, hello everyone, I said something really stupid, I dug my own grave, but I apologize. And even if it's a semi-bogus apology, at least it's something.
Some would say that that's quite gracious of you because he's made comments, he's kind of doubled down on those comments.
So some people will say, come on, Rabbi, you're a sucker. You're appeasing them, you're trying, but I don't know, I'd rather see the world as something beautiful.
Back in the bat mitzvah class, the girls end the session learning about their strength and that of their ancestors.
What do we have that's going to get us through this? Yes.
Perseverance, because the Jews, a bunch of stuff has happened like this, but the Jews just, us as a community, we keep on moving forward.
Our perseverance is part of our DNA. It became part of
Ellen Morrow, CBC News, Toronto.